So, I had always planned to upload the first episode of our actual play podcast here, but as a professional editor, I felt like it would be cheap and lazy to just throw it on YouTube with a looping motion background, or whatever. So to make it more visually engaging and to add to the theatricality of the show that we've all been working to build anyway, as a story to get invested in, not a parasocial friend simulator show where you listen to four friends hang out and play a game. I put some art together and did some rudimentary animations and cut a visual novel style video for the full length of the episode. As a note, the podcast contains strong language, and if you have any content sensitivities or if you aren't a fan of violence or body horror or dark or irreverent humor, this might not be something you'd enjoy, especially later episodes. I try to make most of what's on my channel educational and censor strong material, and I am not doing that here. So I wanted to put a short blanket warning up front. I had so much fun making this video though, and put a lot of time into it, and the show generally has been such a great experience for me, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. And I'm proud to finally have something up here that represents it. If you'd like links or more information, check out the video description. Also, as a note, my patrons were not charged for this. I don't charge for streams or short films or anything like that when my patrons expect video essays or reviews. Critical Bits has a separate Patreon, also link in the description. We're actually on episode 7 now. We have recorded episode 8, so if you enjoy this, there's plenty more for you to check out. I might do more of these depending on how this one goes. It was very time consuming, although like I said, I enjoyed it, so we'll see. Okay, here is the first episode of our teen superhero actual play podcast, Critical Bits. Welcome to Heavendale.
Critical Bits. That's our theme song, everybody. Hi, I'm the game master, Joel Ruiz.
Hey, I'm a player, Shelby Lee.
I'm Shannon Strucci, I'm another player.
And I'm Paul Byron, also playing.
Yeah, so this is the first episode of our podcast, Critical Bits. Yay!
Critical Bits.
So this episode's gonna be a little different than the other ones because we got to do a bunch of boring housekeeping shit.
Issue
It's not
0.
boring, it's exciting.
Spicy.
Everyone's favorite
Spicy.
part about role-playing games is the setup. I've read so many books and never played them. So this campaign we're going to be playing is going to be using the mass system, which is part of the Powered by the Apocalypse system. It's real simple. Instead of rolling multiple dice, everyone just has 2d6s. It's real fun. It's real role-play oriented. I'm the game master. I make everything up. I use my ego and imagination and put my thoughts on people. And everyone has some fun playbooks. So we're going to go around and everyone just kind of introduce what's your playbook, your character name. And there's some basic info on there that kind of that gives you the rundown. And we're going to get an intro to everyone's character. So Shelby, how about you start us off?
All right. Hi, I'm Shelby, and I'm playing the Beacon playbook. My character's name is Alex Finch, or Ace. And I am enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is my superpower, and that's pretty much it. I've got wonderful grades, and I am a Star Trek athlete.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell, I'm not one in real life because I called it a Star Trek athlete. And I love to party.
What do you mean party? You love to with the chess club? Or?
Oh, that's just me. That's Shelby. That's not Alex.
Okay. But that's fun. A little character fact, a little player fact.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep it balanced.
Okay.
Keep it fun.
All right. And the beacon is that class. It's just the overly zealous human that has no the beacon never really has superpowers. They're just you're saying enthusiasm and acrobatics and stuff like that. So you're woefully under-equipped to fight supervillains.
Exactly. That is my superpower, acrobatics, because I was enrolled in tumbling at 3 and competitive gymnastics at 4. And I kept up with it.
All right, and now Shannon, tell us a little bit about your character.
My character is named Kim Bennett. And the playbook I have is a little unusual. It's called The Reformed. I used to be a villain, and I'm not anymore. I saw the error of my ways really recently. So I'm still figuring out being a hero, and I have multiple different identities I've formed over the years. And my ability is ferrokinesis, the ability to control metal telepathically.
I like how they had that on there. Like you should just fucking know. Like half of
Know
these
what
powers,
ferrokinesis
I had to
means?
like
Yeah.
look up. So yeah, you used to be a villain. You can manipulate metal, like everyone's favorite Brotherhood mutant. Or can we say
Toad,
that? We're gonna get
right?
everyone's favorite Brotherhood mutant, Toad,
I'm just like Toad.
the magnetic Toad. I
Magnet
was
Toad.
gonna ask if we get sued, but we don't have sponsors or anything yet, so we can steal whatever we want from anybody. Everything's canon right now.
It's not stealing. Just say the name of a thing.
We'll just censor it out later. We'll just
Yeah.
go back there and bleep out everything.
No, it's stealing. I want everyone to know that if you recognize there's a likeliness in this podcast, I stole it.
Oh yeah.
You can't sue me if I'm proud of it.
That's how it works.
That's podcast law right
Yeah.
there. And now, Paul, tell us about your character.
So the playbook I'm playing is The Delinquent, and it's more or less written up as Bender from The Breakfast Club, but with superpowers. And I'm pretty excited about that. It's a lot of fun. It's the smoking out back character. So it's Gerald Jerry Geraldo. That's triple G for you. No one calls him that.
Does he try to get that going though?
Oh, he tried.
It's your boy Triple G. They're like, shut up, Jerry.
Jerry, that's
Hey, Jerry.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jerry.
It's Jerry
Hi,
again.
everybody. Damn it. And I also like Shelby also enjoy partying. That's both a character and a player fact.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's this podcast. This actual player role playing podcast is gonna get crazy, y'all.
It's gonna get
I
wild.
might have coffee past 10 p.m.
Oh! Are we all drinking coffee?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All right, and then I'm gonna give you guys a brief little setup of the city y'all are in. So the playbook or like the core book of Mass, they have their own stuff. I think it's called like Halcyon City, but fuck that. I'm gonna come up with all my own dumb shit. And the first dumb shit thing I'm gonna say is the name of the city y'all live in, which is called Heavendale, a city with clouds. And the reason it's called that is there's always clouds, but not like bad clouds. It's not like Seattle shitty rain. There's always just like the perfect amount of like overcast with sun. So it's always like really sunny, but there's like a nice breeze, and you're shaded. And so this wasn't always the case. About I'd say about a decade to a decade and a half ago, it used to be one of the most polluted cities in the world. Also, as far as the world, this is kind of like America. I don't really fucking know. Like I don't know what like state this is set in. So like it's kind of like I think it's more Marvel than DC, where it's like a mixture of like whatever the fuck we come up with, and then also real cities. But Heavendale is like one of the leading cities on so many fronts in the country. Like I said, it's like very beautiful to live there. It's got a really good economy. Like the city has expanded. Like so, y'all are in the downtown area. I believe.
Wait, you said it used to be one of the most polluted cities. What happened with that?
No one really knows. Isn't that
Oh, no.
crazy? It
It's
used
just
to,
there's clouds now.
now there's just beautiful clouds.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry
Not
about.
Sure, nothing. This will never
Nothing.
come back
Nothing-
up.
yeah,
Really?
nothing
Nothing to worry
about
about.
this slogan that I came up with while making a fucking picture.
I think it was my recycling initiative
Yeah.
that I started in
Yeah,
sophomore
you
year.
did.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
that
it was all
it.
you.
Yeah.
And, it used to be one of the most polluted cities. Used to be like real rundown. And then just I don't like seemingly nowhere. It just started getting a lot of money flowing in there, a lot of infrastructure, a lot of new jobs, and then also it currently is like one of the leading school systems in the nation. So there's a lot of and then one of the star students actually is Alex. So and then the high school y'all go to is named what the fuck did I name it? Oh, Wallace H. Dale High, after the town founder Wallace H. Dale. So that's but yeah, so it's a really nice, fun city.
I have a guess as to what his middle initial may stand for, but I'm gonna hold on to that
Yeah.
for later.
Write it down and
Yeah,
give it
right-
to me, and
yeah.
I won't look
Write it on a
at
note
it.
card.
Yeah,
Write
no,
on a note
seal
card.
it in an envelope.
Yeah, seal in an envelope.
Once we reveal it, you can show me if you were right or not.
Ooh.
I'll put in that little dice.
Yeah,
bag.
and so just as far as like kind of terrain goes, to like the west of downtown, there's like a mountain range. To the east and kind of going like south, and it bends towards like the ocean. There is like a river that runs along the town. The ocean is, I'd say, about like 3 or 4 hours or so away on the coast. And there's some valleys and plains and stuff like that, just to kind of give you an idea of that. And as far as like the town itself and like the buildings in it, we're gonna build it as we go. It's this game is very conducive to just like yes-anding each other, even though stand-up is better than improv.
Contentious, not really. I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
But yeah, and so we can kind of build as you go. So like if there's a time where you guys are like, oh, I want to go to the hardware store, you don't have to ask me like, is there a hardware store? Yes, there is one. Like,
I have to build the hardware store.
You have to build it. Like this is Sims.
But if there's no hardware store, where am I going to buy the stuff I would need?
Yeah, to build the hardware store. What came first?
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a philosophy podcast now.
I'm leaving.
And so each of the playbooks, the way that this game is set up, we went ahead and pre-made our characters. We can kind of give you a brief overview of stuff like that. And so first of all, this game uses labels. And let me see your sheet so I can say what the fuck they are. All right, so it's these are like attributes pretty much, and these are like going to be based on like when they roll, what do they add or subtract. So there's danger. That's, getting in fights or, trying to do something crazy. Freak, that's anything involving using their powers or trying to push themselves harder. Savior is, maybe using your influence over somebody to try to get them to stop, or like, getting a crowd to get behind you. And the next up is superior. That's used for a lot of like tech stuff, intelligence. And then mundane is just mundane shit, like
being a normie.
Yeah, if you're normal, if you're gonna try to like convince someone to do something, or you trying to like barter for something, or you want to like see how much money your parents give you for like allowance, that's kind of like all under mundane.
That's me.
Yeah, and then so like I had said, I think I said this, like the players roll 2d6s depending on the results. It's either a full failure, which is a 1 through 6, partial success, which is 7 through 9. Or a full success, which is a 10 through 12. There's ways to add shit to that, but it's boring to talk about that. It's easier just to kind of go into it. So the setup for this game is Shannon. You've done some villain work.
My whole life, basically.
Your
since I was
whole
5
life.
years old.
Yeah, you're born into the life. You don't really. You don't remember not being a crime orphan.
I don't go to school also. They're like normal teenagers, and I've just been in and out of jail.
Yeah.
Crime orphan's one of my new favorite terms. That
was my first villain nickname, was Crime Orphan, and I didn't like it, so I changed it pretty quickly.
That really got me.
Every time I muck somebody, I made them sad. They're like, no one messes with the crime orphan, and then instead of like robbing them, they just give me money.
Oh, no.
It's like, I'm so sorry.
No.
Well, it's because you murdered you were sidekicking for crime mom and crime dad. And now, well, with things being what they are.
So yeah, with the humble origins of Crime Orphan, you've kind of like, I feel like bounced around between different organizations.
Different mercenary organizations.
And the last one that you're working with was called the Mechanics. And you fit in very well there because they kind of do some kind of like jockish, like, meathead car enthusiast stuff. And so the fact that you can like manipulate metal was fucking tight. Mm-hmm. They really like that. And then recently you were assigned on your first solo mission, and that was
big deal.
The first time you were sent on your own. I think how old would you say your character is? You all are teens, but like
it's like 18.
18? Okay.
If that works.
Okay, yeah. So that's your crime bar mitzvah.
Crime mitzvah.
That's your crime mitzvah. Welcome everyone to the Ant-Man podcast, where we'll just add crime to the beginning of things to make it sound interesting. I want my shit talking like a multi-million-dollar movie. We're in an apartment complex living room. So anyway, so you were assigned to help protect a man named Mr. Rafferty, who goes by the villain name of Ratfink. Ratfink is very well known amongst criminals as like the switchboard of the criminal underground. If you want to get a message through to somebody and you want to make sure it stays safe, you go through him. He's not super strong, but he just has a lot of connections. At the same time, over at Wallace H. Dale High, our two heroes are friends. I think. How long do you guys say you've been friends? Like since elementary school, kind of beginning of high school. Also, how old do you want to be?
I would say probably since I've got the feeling that we were neighbors growing up.
I like that.
And
Oh no, we do the elementary school, middle school friendship, and then we diverge.
Well, you diverged. I did not.
Yeah, she
I
stayed.
kind of like leeched on. Like, yeah, not quite getting the
Yeah,
hint.
I think your character was like, I'm gonna go smoke cigarettes and like at the back of the football field, and then she's gonna like go there every day and tell you like, cigarettes are bad for you. Also, who bought those for you?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I have mind powers. I make them give them to me. It's so
Oh yeah, did you say what kind of powers you have?
Oh yeah, so the Gerald is nicknamed Sad Sack. The paper bag with a frowny face over his head. He carries around a sack full of doorknobs or some other blunt instrument. As his main powers are emotional control, it makes people real sad, gives you a hard case of the ennui, and power neutralization, which is a very exciting thing to give a playbook, it seems like. But that's just on there as a
I love it.
That's
going to be fun. And that's great though, because Shelby's character doesn't have any superpowers.
I have no superpowers.
Sure, it'll cause no problems for me.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I have no like special, apart from being able to pick locks. I don't have any acrobatic skills or special strength.
And so
give me like 20 feet.
Alex being, the valedictorian, head of so many different clubs and whatnot. She's a very, very big overachiever, but there's still, I don't think that ever scratched that itch. And then you started doing like small crime fighting. Started hitting the streets, trying to, protect your neighborhood. And you were doing fine at it. And then eventually, your good friend Jerry found out that you were like risking your life, and he tried to convince you not to do it. But knowing you and knowing that you're super stubborn, and once you get your mind stuck to something, he decided to help you out just to make sure you don't die. Secretly, I think that Jerry wanted a little bit more action, and is excited about using
It's
that.
an exciting time. Jerry just learned about his powers recently.
And I think right now you two are the only ones that really know about each other's powers. I'm like, if you want to have someone else you were kind of close to, but like I kind of feel like, your parents probably wouldn't understand. Just like Will Smith said.
There you go.
There we go.
Parents just don't understand.
What's it like to have parents?
Oh, crime.
Do they understand? Do they not understand?
My parents really love me.
Yeah. That's true. I think that's a good mixture. Like, I think your parents really love you. You don't have any parents. And then Jerry's just like, God, Mom, I don't give a shit. Also, where's my snack pack? So he found out that she was like doing some crime fighting, and then started to help out. And so you guys, busted a few jaywalkers, maybe a few muggings here and there, but you wanted to like actually
something that really merits a costumed interference.
Yeah, like you wanted to really get into it, and so you started trying to like find something to really like dig your heels in on, and you started to hear about that there was a string of missing teens in the city, but like for some reason it's not getting like a lot of traction. There's definitely some like social media buzz about it, a bunch of change.org campaigns that aren't going to do anything or floating around.
Oh, those kids probably just ran away to do drugs in San Francisco.
But you guys have been investigating for the past few weeks, and then you actually got on the trail of one Mr. Rafferty. Who saw that coming?
Guy?
Exposition. And so that led y'all to his base, which is where you found Shannon's character. You found Kim, and probably a little altercation, thinking who's on whose side. But then you all realize you're in this together. Like you wanted to take down Miss Rafferty.
Well, yeah, I realized she was kidnapping people, and I was like,
I
don't know about this anymore.
Yeah, you realize that this is finally the thing that like pushed you over the edge of like I can't just like take them, because I feel like with the mercenary groups you worked with, you probably didn't do a lot of like evil ass shit. Like you might
stealing stuff.
Yeah, you might have stole some stuff, maybe like roughed a few people up, but like I don't think you're down for like some nefarious stuff.
For continuing the vicious cycle of crime orphan.
Yeah.
I don't want to make more crime orphans. It's hard enough.
That's you. I don't want to make more crime orphans.
The crime orphan factory. I don't want to work at it.
And so and so now we get to the part where each playbook kind of they have like a thing like when our team first came together, what happened? And so the first one we're going to kind of tackle is StatSec for the delinquent. One is that you broke the rules real hard. So you guys are trying to set up an ambush for Mr. Rafferty. So what kind of rules did you break?
So, well, on the way there, we stopped and we grabbed a 6-pack, which as we are underage and we're not supposed to have those. But
don't tell them that.
Look, it says to do. I'm doing what it says in the sheets. And so we head down to the Rafferty facility. I'm gonna assume it's a larger house and sort of in the suburbs,
Mm-hmm.
which is a great place to hide your supervillain lair.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like a big skull, people would notice that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There is a skull mailbox though.
sure. Well, it's
But you know,
it's Halloween some of the time.
yeah, it's Halloween somewhere.
He's also got a Christmas tree in the front yard all the time, which is weird. That's another strike against him. So, my plan is that we're just going to cut the power to his house, so it's an easy ambush. I'm almost certain that I have found the right power, whatever the trees are called that we run wires on.
Yeah.
Poles.
There we go.
There we go.
I know human words. We got this.
That's what caused this whole situation in the first place.
Right? And so we try and cut the power. We bring down one of the transformers. It turns out the whole block goes dark. And the sad sack looks up at Ace and says, we gotta go do this like right now. Right now.
Yeah. So I think
So we finish our beers and we run up into up the driveway into the front yard.
what beers did you guys steal?
Well, because we are 18, I grabbed wine coolers because I don't know what beers are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like,
God.
I had
I know, it's a tragic world as a
I
teenager.
had one of my dad's beer once. It was too bitter, so I got it's pretty sweet and it's good. It goes down real smooth. I fucking love a good wine cooler.
So I'm gonna throw up malt liquor all over this
You got
fight.
some Seagrams. You got some
Yeah.
Bahama
Oh,
Mama.
Seagrams.
We gotta really hurry up this fight because I got a real
Pink
big
and
tummy
breezy.
ache.
Spilling it all over the power cable. Oh my god. Broken glass. That's another rule you broke.
Yeah, and so that's how you broke some rules, and then
I throw the clear glass in with the green
Oh
glass
my
in his
God.
recycling bins on the way in.
oh my god,
Oh, man.
Alex is over here
You're a
just
bad dude.
flipping her shit.
So mad.
Meanwhile, I'm like dealing with kidnapping, and I've probably been drinking since I was 12. And
Yeah, you're like, guys, I was a crime orphan. I know what real problems are.
Welcome to the Crime Orphan podcast.
and then so I think the fight goes pretty well. Like the ambush, he does get ambushed. You guys are able to take him down. He's not super scrappy. His whole thing is just like trading information and secrets and stuff like that. So you're able to to beat him up, and he leaves his laptop there. But in doing that, Shannon's transformed. Like how the team came together. You kind of fucked over your old team.
yeah,
And
they're
so-
not gonna be happy.
Yeah,
about
so you
that.
now this was your first solo job with the mechanics, and they sent you out, and
They made a mistake.
yeah. Not only did you not protect your mark, you were the person attacking them. So you did very bad.
Because I restrained him, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, and so I think I think that while that happened, there's definitely going to be some blowback.
no, I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Nothing bad will happen, and
No, I feel guilty about it too because I did like my old team.
yeah, because I think you've been with them for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally we get down to Ace.
The laptop.
The laptop. You start hacking away at it. There's a lot of encrypted files, and you're definitely gonna have to do some real digging in. But one of the things that you can find, because it was readily opened, is a list of names and addresses. And at first you're like, oh, this is fine. But as you read down it, you actually get down and you see the name. I had to look at your stupid fucking name again, Paul. Gerald Gingham. You see his name and your address on there, but weirdly enough, it is crossed out. And then you see.
Well, that merits further investigation on its own, but.
And then you see the names Luke Williams, Matt Glenn, and Nolan Marks. All of those are ones that Shelby and Paul, your characters recognize because it is names of fellow classmates at your school. You don't really know them that well, but you definitely know who they are and recognize their addresses too. So that's kind of the beacons thing is that what is it exactly that you find symbols that this goes deeper?
Straight up creeping is my power. When I scope out a person or place, I can ask, hey, what's going on?
Straight up creeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of you get that information. The thing that kind of leads you that there is something deeper is you now, and also these ones do not have a line through them. They actually have question marks next to their names.
Oh.
But like I said, Gary, old Triple G, definitely his is crossed out. And And so this is we're gonna kind of like start you at that. So you guys are just a newly formed team, or actually it's not even necessarily like a team yet. You know, you guys just took down Ratfink, and it's kind of a temporary partnership. Mm-hmm. So I feel, but yeah, so you guys are currently, I say you've left Mr. Rafferty's house.
Yeah,
you know,
we're not staying there.
Three teenagers in a dark suburban home seems like a good place.
I feel like you guys left that, and it's now Friday night. You guys got the whole weekend ahead of you before you got to get back to school, except for the orphan.
I stay at I have an apartment, but they're gonna come and try to kill me at the apartment, I think. So I don't need to go. I need to find a new place.
Yeah, sure. My dad doesn't care. I just, let's not talk about it. But yeah, you can stay in the basement.
Okay. I don't want to stay there forever, but
no one wants that.
All right, fast forward 6 months. Her clothes are everywhere.
It's just like
she's
empty.
I noticed you've been leaving
and...
a lot of dishes upstairs. Yeah. If you could,
anyways,
whatever.
Whenever I put my name on something, that means that I was gonna eat it. So yeah, and so I think this is where we're gonna kind of start off, and this is our first episode, and it will be called "Welcome to Heavendale." Because I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna call it, so I just called it that. That's it.
Great name.
It's a good name.
You guys like my creative process? Mm-hmm. So now
it is up to you. I have set the scene. Right. And now you players, you will paint it. I don't know what scene work is.
God, Jerry, God, we shouldn't have done that, Jerry. We should not have done that. I'm sorry, Satsak.
I need you to calm down. I need you to calm down.
Okay,
I need to figure out
Jerry, we should not have done that before. I'm not at my top.
I would love it if we could talk about this later and you could focus on figuring out why my name is on that fucking list.
Yeah, I know. I would love to talk. I don't know why. I don't know why your name is on this list and it's crossed out. That seems bad.
Yes, very, very, very much so, Ace. I'm sorry. Can I call you something, miss?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, my name's Kim.
Hi, Kim. I'm Ace.
Is that your real name or your superhero name? What's your real name?
Why were you with that guy? Before I tell you that.
Look, do you know what a crime orphan is? Because that's what I am.
Oh, no, I've done a charity for crime orphans.
Oh, you should have done a better job. I've been working with this mercenary group for a while, and I didn't really realize that I was getting involved in kidnapping. So I'm done with that for now, but my entire skill set is devoted to petty crime, so I'm trying to figure out a new life, and I guess you guys will have to help me for a little bit. I need to come up with a new name, I need to
Oh, I can help you with that.
So
she's great with names.
What are you thinking? And my ability, I can control metal, and then there's like a wrench or where are we in your house? Or where are we?
Let's go with basement, and there's a tool, there's a regular sort of woodworking table
like
in the
a
corner.
Tool wall.
Yeah, with the pegboard and all the little nails in it.
There's a picture of Tim Allen up there.
A tool wall.
I do like a really dramatic pose and like hand movement, and I make a screwdriver like hover a little bit.
Actually, this is a good way we can try to see what a power is. So give me a freak roll. You're gonna try you're gonna try to unleash your power. So you roll and then you add your freak score.
Oh man, first roll of the game. Oh. Okay.
Oh,
so
you fucking do it.
That's a 12.
So I think you do. You do you're like, oh, by the way, I can control metal, and then you go and you think you're just gonna pick up a fucking wrench, and then a wrench, and then a screwdriver, and then a drill picks up and starts revving and starts to make a real cool figure 8 going on, and so
Sad Sack gives you a glare. Is that's probably enough. And shuts you almost entirely off.
Sad Sack, stop! Kim, that was amazing.
Thank you. I'm sure
that was great, but you're gonna make a lot of noise if all those. If
so yeah, and so what is it, Paul? You got a 9. What's your freak?
Freak is actually 0, so that's a mixed. I'm sorry, freak is +1. So
okay, so you got 10. You got full success. We just gotta be good about telling people what we roll because this is a audio medium. Mm-hmm. Everybody, look at this funny thing I'm doing with my hands. So I like that. You're demonstrating powers, and then Sack demonstrates that he can just negate them.
Please put all that down. It all hits the table with a clatter. If we could please focus on the laptop with the creepy list.
Okay.
You guys got to show your powers. I didn't even get to show
What are
mine.
your powers?
All right, I do a handstand.
No, what are your powers?
Well, do I do a handstand or do I roll to do a handstand?
I think you can just do a handstand.
I do a handstand.
But it's not impressive. You just...
Can I roll to make it impressive?
You can roll.
Oh, wait.
You can
okay,
roll to
so
try to
I
make
want
it
to do
impressive.
a handstand, and then I want to lift up my right hand.
Do it. I love it.
All
You
right.
got to roll 2 of them, though. Okay, do you have 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you
I got
guys
a
are
10.
just kicking ass. So you got a full success.
When it's not important.
Yeah,
when we
when
need to
this
roll
is
for
not
important stuff.
important.
Yeah.
Well, actually, never mind. I love this. So, even though it's kind of weird, freak is your power, and you have a -1, and so you did roll a 10, but you actually get a 9. So it's a mixed success. So I think what happens is like you do the handstand, and they're just like, yeah, it's a handstand, and then you show that you can do it like one-handed. They're like, all right, that's actually pretty fucking cool. And you're like, yeah, check this out. And then you try to start doing one-handed handstand push-ups, and then you just like fall.
Eat it.
And like you
just fall into the metal
yeah,
rack.
you fall into the metal rack
And make way more noise.
And then because you got a mixed success on an Unleash Your Power, you're going to mark a condition which is going to be insecure. Because everyone else just successfully shut off their powers, and you definitely did that. Condition in this game, just for a quick aside, they're like hit points. There's 5 of them. Each of them has a corresponding -2 that it will give to some kind of power. Ways to get rid of conditions are healing over long periods of time, or there's like really teen angsty ways of like clearing like conditions. Like if one of them is like you're angry, and if like you like break something out of rage to like get your anger out, like you're no longer angry. It's real great teen angst. So that's what happened. So you guys all just demonstrated your powers. Everyone did a great job, except for Alex. Okay. So what are you guys gonna do now?
Do we have the laptop with us?
You do have the laptop with you.
Y'all stole?
It's evidence. We need this. Like, the cops clearly aren't doing anything about this. I mean, have you seen the cops hanging out with
As soon as
Fink?
as soon as he says cops, you hear from upstairs, "There better not be any fucking pigs in my house! You bringing fucking pigs here?"
Oh, come on. You see Gerald sort of twitch his fingers a little at the stairs, and the voice starts to get quieter.
Oh my god.
You don't have to roll for this. I think that like you have just you have this weird Twilight Zone like manipulation relationship with your parents.
It's
spooky.
not healthy,
Ooh.
but it
Yeah.
is very conducive to my lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm the ex-villain,
Yeah.
and you're the one.
He's like, all right, anyways, you guys have fun down there, and I love you.
Love you too, Dad. Thanks.
Sorry, Mr. Geraldo.
It's great to see you, Alex. Yeah.
I don't say anything. I'm wondering what a parent's love feels like. So what are the other names on the list?
Oh, hold on. I can do that for you. Hang on.
No, don't give me something I can never have. I don't want it.
Now she's just gonna have withdrawals the rest of the game. The other names on the list are. I have too many things.
Oh, I have it written down. I was just like in.
Let's Luke Williams, Matt Glenn, and Nolan Marks.
Now, do you know who these people are? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, I see them in the hallway, but like they're not like magic guys or anything. Like, they're not like important that I know of.
Hey,
Well,
everybody's important.
I think.
Oh
I
my
think,
God,
I think Alex.
Alex.
I think Alex knows Matt Glenn a little bit from the meteorologist club.
oh, a nerd club.
There's a nerd club.
Yeah, he's the treasurer.
Yeah,
And I sit behind Nolan in chemistry class, but I don't really talk to him.
because she's too busy learning.
I'm too busy learning.
So they haven't exhibited any powers or anything.
I mean,
As far as the two of you know, you're the only 2 super powered kids at your school. But like I said, this is a world where it's not like everyone's not like there's not like a fucking like Xavier School for Gifted Children kind of thing. Like so, most people try to keep their shit under wraps, especially for like kids and stuff like that.
I mean, nobody really knows how powers work or where they come from that I've been talked to about at school. There wasn't like a powers ed class.
or like no birds and the bees talk, but about powers.
Yeah, it's like as you get older, you may notice that you can fly now. Didn't ever come up.
I think if there was one, it's just gonna be like the sex ed talk from the movie Mean Girls, Where it's like, if you have powers and you use them, you're gonna die. If someone has powers and they use them on you, you're gonna die. Don't use powers. Now everyone take a condom. Like, that was the superpower ed conversation. But all of you got to take like a half day, so it was pretty tight.
Just
like,
don't use powers.
just
guys.
don't use powers. It's power.
Not until you're married.
Yeah. Then power it up.
Conserve your powers.
Until the final boss of matrimony. Well, I mean, is that even what this list is? Do you know what he was doing, Kim?
I have no idea. I was just sent to guard him.
Yeah, so you were sent to guard him, and weirdly enough, it is kind of, this was your first solo job, but he actually requested you because he needed like a guard that looked like just a normal teen. That was a specific request that he had made.
I probably thought, or would they have told me that? Would my have?
No, I don't think they really. They just kind of told you.
He wanted a teenage girl to go with
He didn't.
it. Yeah.
I'll say this: not a creeper. He did not say teenage girl. He did say a teen. You just happen, because women can get hired to do nefarious jobs too. So I just wanted
I'm
to,
glad.
like, this is a very inclusive world.
It's
Women
not a
mercenary.
gross, weird
Yeah.
villain except for the child trafficking, but not like a creepy creeper.
Not creepy child
Yeah.
just
trafficking.
evil.
Yeah,
Regular evil.
It's child trafficking with a smile.
Oh no.
Oh.
As soon as I thought it, I was like, "Don't say it, but it's coming out."
Oh no. Oh no.
It's
People trafficking people.
Man, this is a bad audio bit. That's not like a great soundbite. Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of my character, I try to downplay my powers, and I've never had like a costume, or I try to blend in, or I have different identities to try to keep. So I would be a good choice. I'm not very flamboyant about it. Or I try to like, normally, if I'm using my powers, I don't want people to know that it's me that's doing it, or I try to use it on smaller scale stuff, unless I'm trying to show off to my new friends and then get immediately deflated.
It's just loud. You heard him up there. He's all yelly.
Yeah.
I don't fucking yell.
Can we close the door? He keeps hearing it. Does your dad have hearing powers?
It really
Like,
does seem like he's up there right at the stairwell.
can you tell him to like chill out? Like, can you close the door?
Dad, I'm doing something.
I just like to wait for funny opportunities to chime in. That's
his power.
That's my power is my timing.
I stomp up the stairs. God, slam, click, click,
Yeah.
bolt.
All right.
So anyway, laptop.
So I'm going to open up the laptop if it's
Okay.
not. Actually, I imagine like running with it open because I'm afraid that it's password protected.
Yeah.
So I've kept it open.
Oh, you
The
keep
entire
running your
time.
finger around
So
my trackpad
so
to
right
Yeah,
keep
the
from
trackpad.
going
right
to
now you
sleep.
just have that one document that's open. There are some other things, but like the computer itself, probably if you do turn it off, is password protected, but also like other files are like further protected on there. So what you can do right now, and another good way to demonstrate some of the labels, is you can give me a superior role.
All right.
And this isn't like necessarily a move. This is just kind of like a general like seeing what you kind of can do with it.
Okay, let's give it a roll.
And this is another great example because wait, what's your superior modifier?
+0.
Okay, so you rolled a 5, and that is a failure. Now, failing sucks for you, and is also good for you, because what happens when you fail, I get to take like a hard move or action against you. But when you do fail, you get to mark a potential, which is like experience points. So go ahead and mark a potential. Once you get 5, you'll clear them out, then you can get like another power or something on your advancement track. But the hard move that I am going to do against you, which we can all guess what it's going to be, is you're like, all right, guys, I'm going to try to figure out what's more on this list. And you start typing on it, and it immediately just says like user not recognized, and then shuts down.
Ooh.
And you can't even get it to power back on.
Guys, I think something happened.
I reach over and I take the laptop away from you.
Oh.
If you let me. I'm not gonna like fight. I'm just like, let's take this away from this
So
person.
I am feeling, I don't think double conditions, but I'm definitely feeling that insecure condition.
Yeah, you're feeling real down. You're not doing great. Like at school, you're the top of your class right now. You're the bottom of the totem pole in this newly formed party.
I do have some villain connections
Yeah,
But I might be able to get
so this is
people
another
to
thing that I was
open
about
up
to say too. If you like what I said, like if you need to go to a hardware store, there's a hardware store. If you need to find somebody that's like good at hacking, you like especially Shannon, your character being like with villain background, you probably know somebody that you can try to find. Or if one of the two of you did it, you probably have like a nerdy friend from school that like plays I was about to say WoW, but I was like, no one plays WoW. It's Fortnite. He plays Fortnite all the time.
He's 12.
Yeah, he's 12.
Yeah, that makes him every preteen boy, doesn't it? Like...
Yeah, every preteen he can play Fortnite all night, and then he can hack with the best of them. But
He just says yeet a lot.
yeah, and he has terrible worldviews.
So much flossing.
He just goes on the PUA subreddits as a 12-year-old. He doesn't understand any of it. He's just angry for
He's like,
no
anyways,
reason.
so my dick is like so big I can't physically walk, and that's my plight. Anyways, so it's hard to be me. Who wants to play Fortnite?
Do we have to play Fortnite with him to get information? Like, are we bullied?
Well, I think that's if you want to go there.
Oh.
Yeah, but so that's kind of like what I was just letting you know. Like I know this is kind of like a weird like what do you do, but you get we can kind of also if you tell me like oh I have a friend that like works for the CIA. No, you fucking don't. You're a teenager, so it's all within like logical
I know the
reason.
president.
I know the president, and he can like hack anything.
My adopted dad is the president.
Crime adoptions. Great.
It's like pardoning a turkey every year. I'll adapt.
So, I don't know, you used to be a supervillain, right? I mean, you kind of still are. Do you know anybody
Not still a super villain. Well, the thing is,
It's been 3 hours since I since I was a
haven't
villain.
done any crimes.
We just stole this laptop and shut down an entire city block, but besides
I
that...
did not shut down the block.
That's true.
I hand you one of the beers.
I start drinking it. Okay.
So, like I was saying.
Well, I don't know what this is or who's involved with it. I feel like if I take it to a villain, there's a chance they could be involved and it could tip them off. That is a danger that we run. Maybe it's better if you guys know some high school or middle school
Ooh,
kid.
strong case.
Because normally I wouldn't mind. I do have a lot of connections who I did not screw over today.
No, you did. That's a real good point you make about not wanting to let everyone know that we have this man's laptop.
And that we're working together and that, yeah.
That all of their secrets that he may have had are definitely in that box that's in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my kid brother plays a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah, I know. He is such an asshole.
Yeah, Brantley kind of sucks, but he's pretty good at computers.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Did you say Brantley?
Yeah, that's Brantley Finch.
Yeah, you better write that down.
I have to write that down. How the fuck am I supposed to remember the name Brantley?
Like your friends and other people you've ever met.
It's been like 2 minutes since I told you can help me build out this world. And you're like, fine, Brantley's a character. Do you see what you fucking did?
Gave us too much power.
Right out the gate, Brantley Finch.
Yes, and it.
I will say though, that's definitely like a fucking name of someone that just plays Fortnite all night. There's just like a pile of Mountain Dews and corn dog sticks next to him.
Slurs into the microphone. That's Brantley. Is there anyone else?
Oh God, I wish there was.
There is somebody that you know of, Shannon. Trying to think of like let's do. Let's call him Devin, named after Devin Johnson, our friend that didn't want to be a regular on this podcast.
Oh my God!
Take that, Devin.
Calling him out.
Yeah.
And you're gonna listen to this podcast because you're a friend with us. Have fun getting assaulted in your ears.
We'll know if he doesn't though, because he'll be like, "Oh, it was great, guys."
Yeah.
But
what was your favorite
But he's
part?
he's
Really
known
shit talk.
as the shopkeeper, and he is he's someone that you know of, Shannon, as he runs a pawn shop. But the thing about him is he's very good at staying neutral. He will fence hot items, be able to get similar to like how Ratfink was for information. Like he can help you like find people to hire out or like do the jobs yourself or buy stolen things at a discounted rates because he can fence them.
And we can trust him not to turn.
You can trust him not to turn, but there is, as all people like that, there comes at a cost. You guys don't have a lot of money. He does trade in favors, but I don't think you've gone to him for favors, but you do know that like it's kind of like a when he calls in a favor, he expects it, and it's usually a lot bigger than what he did for you. That is just another option.
Would we use the obligation mechanic for that, or would that just be?
I think that one's just kind of like I don't think you necessarily have a connection to him. He's just kind of an option you know of.
Does he look like the real Devin? Or is this it's just
let's-
a name only?
Let's say he looks like he looks like Devin, but like in his 50s with horseshoe baldness. So he's a red-haired aging man with horseshoe baldness, but like he can get shit in.
Okay.
The shopkeeper, named after Devin.
How about we start with your brother, and if he can't hack the mainframe,
All right.
we'll turn to my evil, because I don't really want to.
So
I'm
do you guys-
trying to get out of the life, not back into
do you guys
it.
still live on the same? Do Jerry and Alex still live on the same street?
I like to think so.
Yeah,
I've
nice little
always-
cul-de-sac. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'd say like like you could probably all live at the end of the cul-de-sac, so you guys can just like easily go over to your house.
Yeah.
God, now I gotta come up with it.
Street names and stuff. I think I have an
With-
apartment somewhere
with
that I'm
br-
not going back to, because I'll get. But they're waiting for me.
I'm trying to think about what character voice to do for Brantley.
Oh man.
I'm trying to think like when was the last time I got shit talked playing Destiny? Hey Mo, no, it's too deep. It's
More
too
shrill.
deep. He's like,
Yeah.
it's got
But like
fucking cock. Fuck you guys, my dick is so huge. The only reason you lost is the only reason I lost that match is because my fucking dick on my keyboard.
my five girlfriends.
My five girlfriends were too busy sucking my five dicks. Sorry, the president called. He wanted to give me a medal. Yeah. Anyway,
My dick's so big.
so that's your brother Brantley. That's what. Okay. So you guys go over to your house and like we said, you walk into his room. He's got his headphones on. He's slamming Mountain Dew. Eating corn dogs. just chowing him down. He has childhood obesity for sure.
Oh God, for sure.
And so he's just, he's a fucking noobs. Fuck you. You go fuck yourselves and fuck your mothers. I'm gonna fuck them too.
Hey, Brantley,
What? I told you not to interrupt me when I'm fucking gaming, which is all the time.
stop making Mom make you all those corn dogs.
I don't make Mom make me make the corn dogs. I got a microwave in my room.
Fat
my
turd,
birthday present.
stop it.
It's my birthday present. You know that, and I love the corn dogs.
I know, but don't snitch, Brantley.
What do you want?
Okay, I'm sorry. I won't tell Mom about the corn dogs. All right. Hey, Brantley, this is my new friend Kim.
Hey, Kim, you want to fuck?
Oh my
I
God,
got a huge...
Brantley, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Jerry
Can I?
Jerry grabs the bridge of his nose and just starts to the darkness starts to wash over the room, and everyone starts to feel a little less happy about what's going on. You see him try and focus it on Brantley, but it's just coming in from the corners. Let's see. Oh dear,
snake
that is
Snake
a
eyes.
hard fail, gang.
Oh,
so.
man.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
Oh no.
That is a bad unleashing of powers.
You try to get in his head and try to like calm him down, and then as soon as like you do that, so you're gonna mark a potential because like now you just have the uncontrollable urge to just start slamming Mountain Dews and eating corn dogs, and you immediately are like, you got a fucking second controller, get down on that Fortnite. It's like, let's fucking do this.
And you guys have lost Jerry, so he
Yeah.
sits down and he's playing Fortnite
Yeah.
now. You can talk to Brantley.
Yeah. So yeah, Brant. I cannot believe you fucking said his name was Brantley. Brand's like, all right, now that noob's on there just grinding out for me, what do you guys want me to do? Keep in mind, you got long enough for me to cook my next batch of corn dogs,
All right.
which is 17 minutes.
Brantley, I'll make you some corn dogs, but
You honey mustard corn dogs.
fine.
You
I'll
gotta
get
run
honey.
out though. You gotta go to the store.
Oh my God. Fine. All right, Brantley, I'll get you honey mustard. I'll make you some corn dogs.
Okay.
We need
Put extra honey in the mustard.
Fine. I'll put extra honey in the mustard, Brantley, like I do every time.
Okay.
But I need your super cool hacking expertise to get into this computer.
What's on it?
Secrets.
I would act like I care, but honestly, I don't. And you can see those corn dogs are coming real fast. So just give me a fucking laptop. I swear to God, if you do not give me the honey corn dogs, I will fucking end you.
I pinky promise, Brantley.
Oh, you pinky promise.
I pinky promise. I'll get you some honey mustard corn dogs, and I'll even get you some Code Red.
Oh, well, now we're talking.
But only if you promise.
You know Brantley needs that red.
Brantley needs that red. Yeah, I'll get you some fuel. but you have to help us with this.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm totally telling Mom that you've been pounding corn dogs for the past 6 hours and saying that people on the internet are cucks. So if you keep doing that...
First of all, it's not my fault. They're fucking cocks. Second of all...
No, you said his trigger word. It's kind of going
Second of all...
cuck spiral.
Yeah. Second of all, you gave me that cucking laptop.
I'm going to try to bluff. Mom!
He gets scared. He's like, fine, okay. I'll do your stupid hacking job, but you better give me those honey corn dogs, because I need that, and I need that Code Red. Also, the Game Fuel. I was about to call Code Red Game Fuel, but I forgot they also have a line called Game Fuel, so please give me my 50-50.
How would Brantley forget? Oh, he mixes them?
Yeah.
He mixes all the different Mountain Dew flavors
He calls
into
it
a Baja Blast Freezy from Taco Bell.
Yeah, I think, Jerry, you're still so under the influence. You're like, you gotta give me one of those 50-50s.
Give me one of those Jordan Petersons. It's like an Arnold Palmer, but terrible.
Yeah.
Get some lobster juice and raw beef.
All right.
Okay.
And
I gesture over to Kim to hand over the laptop.
I look so uncomfortable. I hand him the laptop.
All right, so I think he starts to hack away at it, and you hear him like say some real nerd ass shit like act like I know anything about hacking. He's like, oh, firewall, that's a bitch ass firewall. Oh, double bypass. Oh, that's really what's going on. Oh yeah, that's right. He's like really into it, and he's just slamming like I think he has like a beer helmet, but it's 2 Code Reds. So he's just drinking it, and he's like, all right, fine, here's all this stupid information, and I don't know why you want a list of a bunch of kids and activities that they do every day and where they go, but that's your prerogative. Please now go get me my fucking honey mustard goddamn corn dogs and Game Fuel Code Red 50-50 mix while I jam out with my buddy Jerry.
Fine, I'll be right back.
I'm coming with you. I'm not staying here. I made that decision.
I'm playing Fortnite.
Are you playing Fortnite?
I'm committed to this
Fortnite?
hard loss. Yeah.
Do you have to roll to play Fortnite?
You lose.
Oh, no,
you lose.
I'm terrible.
Oh,
You
you're
lose
That's fine.
because everyone is too good at it, and it's not a game that you can learn how to play. It's terrible. I don't know if we're alienating anybody, but Fortnite isn't fun if you're not a teenager. Or it might be fun for you.
I like Fortnite. Me and Graham play it, and we just walk around.
It's, yeah.
I
Little
like a
Copeland.
nice leisurely
Yeah.
stroll in the MM.
We explore the map. Yeah.
I beat a guy to death with a wood.
Yeah,
chip.
so you get his corn dogs, and he's chowing down on them, and then I think you finally start to feel like your normal self again, and like get all the toxic thoughts out of your head, and you're just like, we should leave this room.
This is cursed.
Remember how I wanted us to leave and go do the thing right now earlier? We should do that now. We should leave. Let's leave now.
So one of the things that you do find, because I'm assuming it'd be one of the things you want to check first, is that there's the list of all the names, and then there's also corresponding folders with each of the names. And under Jerry's, you start to see a list of his habits.
Let me see that.
And-
This isn't creepy at all.
And sure enough, it says things, spends most lunches by himself on the football field smoking cigarettes. Like,
How do they know that?
doesn't have like a highly sociable life.
I look at it. Everyone can tell that I pity Jerry as I read it. I don't say anything, but I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it spells out like a real sad life for sad sack.
Maybe he's a loner. Do you ever think of that?
Maybe he chooses to be like this.
I don't like anyone. That's
But
why I
then
don't
at
hang out with
the
them.
very end of that document, you see it's just like suspicions of powers deconfirmed. No powers found.
Oh, that's good for us that they don't know that you have powers.
No, I actually kind of now this whole creepy endeavor feels a lot safer. That's good.
So you're marked. Yeah, because I was, I didn't know if they had marked you off because they were gonna come get you, or marked off.
I thought maybe I had been dead the whole time.
Oh,
That's kind of what I thought too.
Ah shit, where am I ghost?
That was gonna be 6
Jerry's a ghost. Okay.
Yeah. There is there's, and then you're not on this list at all. You were never a You're never like a teen of interest.
I'm kind of offended by that.
Well,
Is
yeah.
there any other patterns that we can see?
Well, you do, like you said, you notice some of the other names. Like, for instance, you do find the folder on your classmate and meteorologist club partner, Matt Glenn. And it actually, once again, like has his schedule listed, of his extracurricular activities, his school schedule, what he kind of does. He'll go to the arcade with friends, spends a lot of time at home, like, studying and researching. And then at the bottom, it says that there's definitely some powers there, but they do not know exactly what they are. They can't like pinpoint it. On the other ones, you also see Nolan Marks, who you said sat in front of you in chemistry. There's a weird drawing of a nose, and it's just a bunch of question marks around it.
Wow.
And then
is it like an MS Paint drawing or like a scanned in?
It's like a weird hand sketched like nose. It's just a bunch of questions, and the same thing. It has his schedule and a lot of his whereabouts. And then the final one, which is the other person which is Luke Williams. You see that once again his schedule, his whereabouts, and things like that. And at the end, it does say powers confirmed, heat manipulation.
Fire guy. That's
Very
cool.
That's very cool.
Where does it say he is like now? What is the flipping over to the schedule and comparing it to?
For which one?
Fire guy, which is
for Luke.
yeah.
Luke. What the hell? Luke
Williams.
Let's see. So it's Friday night. Let's think. Where's Luke Williams? He's a pretty cool dude. So he generally, like a lot of the other cool kids, is hanging out in the Sonic parking lots.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh, sure, chomping on those seasoned fries.
yeah,
We've all
chopping on
been
them
there.
seasoned fries, slamming a
Dipping them
bunch
in
of
his
slushies.
milkshake.
Yeah. Just really just, and they're just post it up. That's the thing you gotta do on Friday. You gotta post up at the Sonic so people see you there, so that you can find out the plans for the weekend. So he said, like, most definitely, he is at the Sonic.
You guys want to? I mean, I don't know what we'd ask him, but it seems like a good idea to check these out. Right?
Can we print this stuff in case the laptop messes up? Or
Yeah,
runs
yeah,
out
yeah.
of battery and we don't have a charger for it?
No, I think and then
God damn it, MacBooks.
you guys definitely Brantley gave you
Oh, no.
gave you a charger. He had one.
Of course.
Yeah. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Like, seemingly that you won't be losing this.
Can Brantley make sure? I don't want to interact with him. I guess I have to. Can Brantley make sure we're not being GPS tracked through the laptop?
What do you think? I'm some fucking kind of noob, but I don't fucking hide my tracks when I'm hacking the web.
No, say there's nothing in the over the way. So we're safe, right? It's your fault.
Like a GPS tracker, Brantley. God.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not think we have an encrypted fucking server?
Okay.
What do you think this is, amateur fucking hour? You think I got a dick this big because I don't know how to fucking hack?
No, seriously though, can we leave this house? This place is awful.
I'm sorry that I asked.
Name characters Brantley and see what I do. I'm a vengeful guy.
We're never going back to Ace's house. This is-
So you made Devin didn't play, so you made him
Yeah.
a bald middle-aged
He's distinguished
man.
though, and also
Boomer.
I mean, he's not he didn't go bald early. It's not like he was 22 and wearing hats all the time because he has the
He has
Yeah.
the insecure condition forever.
Yeah, forever.
I want to take some shit from Brantley's room.
What are you gonna take?
I'm going to take. Does he have a replica of an anime cat girl or something something heavy though?
He has
And something that he likes. I'm thinking probably again his anime figurines or his replica Minecraft pickaxe.
Yeah, I think he has.
He has mounted on the wall.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He has a Minecraft pickaxe that's made of Legos.
Yeah, I take it to piss him off.
Yeah, that's.
And I
You guys leave their house and you're far enough away. Where's fucking my pickaxe?
I'm also going to add that to my gear.
Do it. Add it
You're
in.
just carrying a Minecraft pickaxe
Yes.
made of Legos.
Well, at least she didn't grab the waifu pillow.
Yeah. No, you don't want that. You don't want to touch
No.
that.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't touch any of Brantley's pillows.
I'm not gonna. I learned that. a
Or
while
the
ago.
figurines, or his mouse pad that has anime
Oh,
boobs
God.
on
Don't
it.
touch anything in Brantley's room.
Legos are sterile.
The antibacterial coating on the Lego.
All right, so y'all, are you gonna go roll up to the Sonic?
Do either of y'all have a car, or can you borrow your parents' car?
Sure. Let's go with
Hypnotize your dad.
Yes, I can. That's fine. He's gonna love that. Yeah, we just hop the fence back over, run through the Jenkins yard. That's the house between us.
Okay.
The dog barks a little, but we go. Grab the
I'm
key.
really confused as to why we're running. And my character is why are we running through? And you're just it's fine.
It's easier than going out and through the front door.
Okay.
We've been doing this for like 20 years, or however long we've been alive and living here.
Since before you were born.
Right, yeah. And I think, like, you know where your dad's keys are, and if he asks you any questions, you just do your...
I'm just going to do my extremely
Also, are you
creepy-
sober? You've been drinking wine coolers?
Yeah, how many wine coolers you been having? How
I
many,
do not need to get pulled over. I have a
how many
record.
coolers you been slamming tonight, son? Your mouth smells like a party. What's going on?
A really awful party.
Well, officer, there's a lot of sugar water in there, and you're invited. No, I'd say Gerald's mostly sobered up by now. If you want to give me let me ride on two wine coolers.
Finding your name on a mystery man's laptop list probably
snaps you right into consciousness. Sure. Oh yeah, so I'll drive us down in the old beater Mercury station wagon down to the old Sonic.
All right, I like it. So we're gonna roll up down to the Sonic. At first, you do not see Luke Williams at first, but you do see what?
Oh, I was gonna scope the place out.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like you do see some familiar faces, and so what we can do right now, there's two options. One is and so this is kind of once again, so like the list of like the moves you can do on like powers. Like one thing you could do here is assess the situation, but that's kind of like for like fights coming up, and so we can gear towards like the questions a little bit differently for situations like this. Or the other thing you can do is once you start like asking people stuff is piercing the mask, which is, you know, just being able to like talk to people and confront them. And so assess the situation is a superior role and pierce the mask is a mundane role. But like if you just kind of want to get a lay of the land first, you would roll assess the situation with superior.
Well, what I would like to do is use one of my beacon moves, straight up creeping.
Straight up
I know,
creeping.
right? Let's go. So I'm going to roll plus mundane,
Hell yeah.
and we'll see what happens if I get something. Oh, shit.
So what's your mundane? You roll a 3?
Yeah, my plus 3 does not help me.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, that's a fail. That's a fail.
It's still a 6 is still a failure.
On a miss, I find myself in over my head at the Sonic.
Okay.
We've all been there.
I don't know about
You
this,
ever-
guys.
You ever find yourself in over your head at the local Sonic?
Every week. God.
Oh, man, we've all
So
been there.
you guys roll up. What kind of car does your dad have?
I believe I used the words ratty Mercury station wagon.
Okay, yes.
And to stick with the fiction we've created.
Yeah, so you roll up in the station wagon and Alex looks at her. She's like, okay, I got this. And she steps out of the car, and as soon as you do that, you hear, "Hey, fucking nerd! What'd I tell you about coming to the Sonic?"
I jump back in the car immediately.
You're just going to take that?
Guys, I'm in way over my head.
And then, like, you jump back in the car, the fucking quarterback of the football team, who's like this 6'2", jacked as shit 17-year-old, like walks up and he's got like, you know, a couple of his like quarterback lackeys to his side that are just kind of like, yes, man. And so like he sees you get in the car, he's like, "Hey, what the fuck did I tell you about coming here? All right, listen, I told you if you're not going to do my fucking paperwork, we're not in a fucking office. If you're not going to do my fucking homework, you don't get to fucking come out on the weekends. If I'm failing math, you're not having fun."
I'm not having fun right now.
All right, well then why am I still fucking failing math? You're fucking doing. Get out of the car.
Hey, Austin, do you like buying drugs from me out of this station wagon?
So this is the fun thing. You're gonna roll to provoke somebody, and which is a superior, because you're definitely trying to provoke him.
What's the name of your rival high school? I need to come up with a fake identity really fast. Alex, what's the name of? I want to be from your rival school.
Ooh.
So what you got an 8 plus.
I have an 8 plus 2.
Oh, perfect. So you're gonna you get him. So for NPCs on a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and they do what you want. So okay, so like yeah, so like you like threaten him to take all his drugs. He's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. You just, I mean, you know, I just get real upset, and you know, like I don't have like
Out
a great okay.
of my windows.
Anyways, can I get a dime bag or?
No, get out of. You can give me. I will be by in a minute.
Okay.
You know I do my rounds.
All
It's
right,
Friday.
all right.
It's
All right,
fucking
all right.
Sonic.
Anyways, don't hang out with this fucking dude. And he like looks at you. He's like, hey, don't fucking step out of that car. All right? I don't want to see you.
Tell me when his back is turned.
Oh yeah, like he turns and starts like walking away.
Well, I flip him off with 2 hands.
To his back like a
To-
badass.
yeah.
To his back
Oh,
like
yeah.
a badass.
And like he looked over his shoulder real quick.
And I tried it.
And he's just
I
like,
don't know if I have to like
oh,
reflex
yeah, like,
save.
no, you get to like you're still just like fucking terrified. And so I think since you're just for like any kind of social interaction moving forward in the scene, you're gonna have a -1. I'm not gonna make you mark in condition. You're just not really doing great for the next little bit if you're trying to like snoop around.
I do want to give Jerry a hug though.
All right.
Well, unbuckle your seatbelt.
You trying to like,
I forgot to do that.
Oh God! All right.
I'm just like, what is oh my god, this is not, we're all doomed.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
You're like,
That guy's an
this is what real kids fucking do. Oh my god! I'm gonna go back to being a crime orphan.
I'm just gonna take my chances on the street.
I'm gonna
Rather
step
be
out of the
kidnapped.
car and assess the situation using criminal mind.
Oh,
So
this is delinquent power.
Yeah, even if I miss, I can ask. I can ask either what is useful or valuable to me here. How could I best infuriate or provoke blank, and or what's the best way in / way past.
Okay.
So we're gonna call my drug dealing providing me with a passive knowledge of everyone
And
around.
I think you just you have like you probably have some access to a few like some pills and maybe some like shitty weed.
Yeah.
I don't think you don't have like a lot of
high
hard
school
stuff.
drug dealer. It's not
Oh, yeah.
great,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
am the guy that you have at your school.
Yeah.
That is.
I am your only option.
So here's the roll for that.
An 8.
Then assess the situation is mundane.
No, that's superior.
Then that's a 10, so a full success.
Yeah.
All right.
Shelby, this is how you roll.
Yeah. Rub it in.
Okay, so yeah, you get you get those in addition to the assess?
I get that even if I miss, so I believe
Okay.
I get to ask that anyway.
Yeah, because on a full success, you get to take 2 on that. And just for the listeners, like I said, we can kind of adapt these for each situation. That's not a pun. I'm just saying the word they use. One is, what here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who here is the most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quickly? And then you get your addition. So what do you want? So you get 2 of those plus the other one that you get to you get from your power. And like I said, if none of those, I know we're just kind of like trying to.
So what the objective there is to look for
Luke Williams
and or his group of close associates to see if
Yeah.
anyone that he would be generally hanging out with, girlfriend, best friend,
Yeah.
are around.
Okay.
And yeah, no, that seems like enough for that. Seems like what I actually want for that. So I don't need to go for more. Although I do have my big old success, so why don't you let me have
Yeah. No, I think.
let me see what else. Let me see what else I can come up with out of that.
I think like you start to like snoop. You start to like look around, and then
So Gerald's walking around making small time drug
Yeah.
deals with all the various high school cliques, hanging out at the Sonic, getting ready for their weekend, trying to catch some gossip, looking for the guy who
Luke
has
Williams.
a name,
Luke
Luke Williams. Thank you. It's written down. I'm just not looking at that. And he sees him.
here to role play, not read. So.
I saw him over. He's over in his I believe he said Camaro.
It's like, I just said hot rod. If it means Camaro, then yes. I don't know anything about cars, so
As the non-driver here, I'll definitely say it's a generic term for a car that has been aftermarket parts have been added to. So
it's his uncle's old 1978 Camaro that his nephew was definitely conceived in. Well, no, that's not how his cousin, not his nephew. I don't know how family works. I'm the crime orphan.
Joel,
We all learned something today.
I've known you for like 3 years.
Never knew I was a crime
Oh
orphan.
my god. You were an orphan because of crime.
My crime grandparents came over here on the crime Mayflower. Okay. All right.
Crime flower. Well, I mean, I'm Sicilian, so that's basically what happened.
A little too close to reality.
Yeah, that's why I chose this. This is my lineage.
Yeah, and so they're over there listening to some Motorhead and just really enjoying their Friday night at the Sonic, posting up.
I guess I'll sidle on over there and see if they need any business and ask them. What are you guys doing? You got anything cool planned this weekend?
Oh, you know me, man. I'm just fucking ripping it and gripping it. If that's a card term, if not, it is now because that's how I fucking live my life every day. Car, room. Let's go. Anyways,
yeah.
V8, baby.
No, it is phenomenal to talk to you as always, Lawrence.
Yeah.
I will be.
Yeah, that's the thing about old Luke Williams. I'm a real big car head.
Big old car head.
Big old car head. You know actually,
how that's legit? You know how because he calls himself a car head. Only the real car heads call themselves car head.
I have got somebody you should meet. It's a friend of mine that I just met. She used to hang out with a bunch of car guys. I'm sure you guys would get along great.
Great. You know, Luke Williams, car head, loves meeting new people. Real sociable.
Sweet. Hang out right here, Luke.
Am I doing the same voice that I was just doing? Because I already forgot.
I think it's close enough.
It's good. It's generic.
Anyways, I'm a
voice.
teen. I'm just kind of really trying to find myself. So if I change voices, it's because I don't really have a good center of where I'm coming from, and I think it's a lot of conflict with my dad that I really just don't know how to work out. But I put it into the car, so let's go fast. Let's meet your friend real fast.
Sweet. Well, I go get Kim, who having worked with.
I'm gonna say my name's Farrah now. I'm going up. Yeah, that's
sorry.
fine.
I go grab Farrah, who is because of her experience with the. Machine heads? Mechanics. Not the car heads.
We'll say my dad was a mechanic.
Yeah, who I assume has some knowledge about cars as a result.
I do know a little bit about cars.
Sweet, you guys should come meet my friend. You should come meet my friend Luke. He's cool. He's a cool guy.
He is? He's definitely a cool guy, right? I'm going to enjoy talking to him.
You may, but I feel like you
guys... Jump out my car head!
He calls you guys carhead. Is that a thing? You familiar with that term?
I don't know if that's. I know a lot of mechanics. I don't think that's a real term.
I don't think carhead's a term.
I don't think that's a real term. I think he's a poser.
You see his best friend. You see his best friend Bobby take off his jacket, and underneath he's got a T-shirt that says "Carhead for life."
I gotta respect that.
You can see on the back, the sticker comes out. It's from Gadzooks. It's from the last Gadzooks that I think they're all closed now. So it's
I don't know, Farrah. They seem to have shirts. If
they have shirts,
I didn't think so
years,
before.
ferrokinesis and years of car experience and experience with metals and locks and everything. That doesn't mean shit if I don't have a T-shirt. Let's go meet them. I'm gonna come meet your friends.
Let's go meet the carheads and see how they feel. Let's go hang out with these guys. I'd say come with us, but Austin is still out there skulking around.
You can smell your insecurity.
Oh man. Okay, well I'm gonna stay in the car.
But
you're
fucking cool. Will you look at the laptop some and see if you can find anything else of value in there?
I'm going to say, okay, I'll stay in the car.
Okay.
I'm gonna cross
I give you a thumbs up.
It'll make it a lot easier if you just stay
in
the car.
You'll be doing some research.
Yeah, I'm gonna be staying in the car.
I'll tell you what you find here in a little bit.
Hold on, can I do hold on.
What do you want?
Can I comfort my friends?
Yeah, you can comfort. Do a little comfort and support.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's plus mundane, and my mundane is 0.
Okay, let's see what it is. It's a 7. So it's a mixed success, but that's not bad though. It's not bad.
Yeah. This game is so nice.
On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential clear condition or shift labels. Okay, so that's like a hit just means like a partial or a full. If you would have gotten a full, you would have been able to get some more stuff out of it. So what are you trying to comfort? How are you trying to comfort Alex?
I want Alex to know that she's still cool. And it's still a valuable part of the team, even though it's like we each have our own thing that we do and things that we're good at and things that we're bad at. And just right now, it's good that she's in the car. It's cool. It's fine. It's not because she's lame. She's not lame. I'm being as convincing as I can be.
And you're convinced.
Well, Shelby is also convinced. I'm like, oh, that's so nice.
Great. And so I think because of that, you can clear your condition of insecure.
Yeah.
You feel a little more confident in yourself.
Yeah. Got a little pep back in my step,
yeah,
ready to
okay.
hack at this computer.
You know, not everyone's gonna. You can't be the best at everything. And
Yeah,
We
you
each
know,
have
it's
our
exactly.
place in the team that I just joined. I was a villain 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so you guys go over to Luke, his friend Bobby, sporting his Carhead T-shirt, and there's just like a few other guys and girls just checking out their cars, showing off their hot rods,
And the girls are also car heads. That same like masculine posture, like the same.
yeah, I think they're all Carhead. There's not a sleeve amongst any of them.
I roll my sleeves up as I walk over. I'm gonna do my best.
Respect.
No, wait, roll for sleeves.
Do I need?
No,
Oh, God.
no, you roll up your sleeves. You look.
I rip my shirt.
Yeah.
God.
Shit!
My arms.
I rip my arms up. Okay, I roll up. I'm trying to mimic their you know.
It's
What's
like,
up? What's up?
Sup, sweet sleeveless. That's
That's it's surprisingly warm out tonight.
Yeah,
we all dress right. Yeah,
I carry a lot of my heat in the what the top of your arm is called.
me too.
We have got to get you a thesaurus.
Gio needs a thesaurus.
My shoulders.
Yeah, no, we know what the top of the arm is called. That's why this is going so poorly.
My shoulders. Everybody.
Yeah, man. Carhead, hot shoulders. It's normal.
Hot as an engine. What can I do? What can I do for my fellow carhead and my drug dealer?
We like to call ourselves drug heads.
Sweet. Respect that. Respect. All right. Drug head and car head. That's. Anyways,
Match made in heaven,
Natural allies, right? Hey, yeah.
I really like just kind of giving ourselves labels and putting ourselves in groups. That's real fun. But kind of, what do you guys want?
Well, I just thought you guys would be able to, because you guys are a couple of sweet car heads, I thought you guys would be able to hang out and talk. I don't know if you were doing anything this weekend. Got anything cool planned?
I think I might just go to the drag races tomorrow and just kind of check out my butt. Bobby's dad's gonna go down there, burn some rubber and shit like that. And we're just kind of about to start revving our engine, so I don't know, maybe someone will fuck us. It's kind of it's Friday night.
Carhead life.
Yeah, just
Carhead life, baby.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a carhead.
Hell yeah.
Surprised you're not wearing a T-shirt that says it. Honestly, Mine, I ripped.
spilled oil all over
mine,
it.
I ripped the sleeves off too much to where I just ripped the shirt in half. So.
Yeah, I went. Yeah.
I'd have one, but they didn't give us a discount at the Gadzooks, and I couldn't afford it.
I get that. Gadzooks is the rich man's novelty store.
You can only afford one, then you fuck it up. Just fuck it forever. Kick it. That's part of being a carhead. You gotta keep that shame with you. Sometimes you can yes and too hard.
Yeah.
You get a weird reference.
Yeah. So I think while you guys are doing that, there's like another car right next to Luke's, and the guy's revving up, and then smoke starts to come out of the engine, and the guy's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And Luke's like, "Oh, I got this," and he goes and he's like, you see him working on it.
I'm looking to see if he's actually.
Yeah. So you see him working on it, and then he's telling the guy, he's like, "All right, you got to crank it off, and give me a second." And then I think because you guys know what you're looking for, you don't have to do anything, but you do see the engine's smoking overheating, and he kind of looks around, and you see put his hand on it, and you can you see the smoke stop billowing, and it seems like he might have done something a little super powered. If you want to try to figure it out, you can roll an assess, or you can just kind of leave it at that.
What is assess?
Assess the situation. Superior.
Plus superior. I can try. I mean, I have a +1. I could try. Also, but I mean, too, you know him, so I want to kind of leave it up to you to talk to him. I'm just here to get him hyped.
Yeah. More or less, that's it. So, my sentiment is with my ability, I can kind of feel him use powers because otherwise there's not.
I like
really,
that. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you have to roll. So you kind of because you, and like I said, you knew what you're kind of looking for. You actually you see him. He's absorbing the heat from the engine to actually cool it down. He's not actually. Yes.
I'm watching that, and I sort of like, letting my power sort of seep into it, and sort of like, oh, so that's how you turn that off. Don't do that. But that sort of knowledge kind of pieces together. Like, okay, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, so maybe we'll catch you at the drag race. I see you're kind of busy. We're gonna go back and check out what else is going on. So you guys have fun. I'll check, and we'll talk to you later.
He's like, car heads for life.
Cards for life.
Yeah, keep those sleeves short.
Hell yeah! And then I just kind of turn away and I look really gross. I'm sort of shake my head. I'm like, oh.
So he said, I sort of cute. As we go back across the parking lot, I sort of explain to you that he's actually absorbing the heat, not. It looks like a power where he's just drawing it in, and he might be able to throw it back out. That's all. He might be able to throw it back out. That's a whole other question, but definitely powered up, definitely absorbs heat and probably the fire.
So while you guys are talking about that, you actually, going back to Alex in the car, you feel a little uplifted. You're going through trying to find some stuff, and then you see like a little like calendar reminder alarm pop up, and it actually says capture in progress, and then you see the name Luke Williams pop up.
I hope you tell us.
I see that, and I grab the computer real quick, and I kind of look around to try to see if I see anything.
You give me assess the situation. Okay. Give me a roll plus superior.
Superior. All right, let's see if I can roll one good thing. 6.
6 plus.
I got another fucking fail.
Well, mark of potential.
I'm cruising down this potential track.
God, okay, I'm sorry to do this to you, but
no, that's fair.
No,
that's fair.
So you're like looking around. You're like, shit. What is happening? What is happening? Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. And then like you look to your left, you look to your right, look to your left, and then you hear a tapping on the right side of the window, and you turn to see there's a man standing in the window, and he's wearing full body armor. It looks like kind of SWAT gear, and on the chest you see the acronym daycare. Which you, even though you're not like super into like crime world or anything like crime world, you're not super into like the actual like goings on of superheroes or villains, you do know of daycare. It is a organization that is there to deal with at-risk and dangerous youth, and daycare stands for Dispatch Agents of Youth Capture and Redeployment Enforcement.
So he's tapping on the car door, or
you see him. He's tapping on the car door, and he starts to ask, "Hey, where'd you get that laptop from? You're not supposed to have daycare property."
So is this an adult?
Yes.
Because I want to understand, like, he would have influence over me. Because
this is the thing. So like influence in this game can like make you get better rolls against people for the PCs, but every adult character has influence over all of you because you are teens. And so influence, they can like use it over you to make you do something. You can try to resist their influence, but like you definitely, like, he is an authority figure to you, and especially with you being like a beacon, like you're not all about like going against them. So you're very terrified. You've been caught with a stolen laptop that you stole earlier tonight, and yeah.
Ooh. Joel, I'm gonna bolt.
You're gonna try to bolt?
I'm gonna try to bolt. I respect authority, and I panic. I've never been confronted with this situation before.
Fight or flight?
Flight!
I'm trying to think of what's going to be.
It's a Sonic parking lot.
This is
cannot call this like
this is going to be.
This is not a huge area.
Even though normally danger is like for directly engaging a threat, I think I'm still going to make you kind of roll a danger.
That's fair.
You're going to roll a danger roll. What you do, like what you're going to be seeing is whatever the fuck she's about to do. So you may see her escape or see her fail.
We're walking towards. Can we see him?
Yeah, like you guys are like talking about that, and then you hear like a big van screech from like around the corner, and then you see some daycare agents dispatched around, and one of them is at your dad's car. and tapping on the window. So roll plus danger. Oh, that's some nice dice.
That's a nice dice.
Dice ASMR.
Oh, God
And you also have a -1 danger.
And I have a -1 danger.
So sorry. She rolled a 6 -1, so it's a 5. You're almost about to level up.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any failures?
I have one.
I have none.
I have had no successes.
I would like to. Do we have any pool in the team?
You do have team points, but the thing is, team points only let you add a +1. She rolled a 6 -1.
However, as a troublemaker, when I help a teammate through destructive criminal or rule-breaking actions, I can give them a +2.
All right, so what are you gonna do? Because I think what's gonna happen is you can help. You're gonna be helping by actually distracting the cops. And so what's going to happen is, Shelby, you will be able to get away. Like, Alex, your character will be able to get away. But something bad's going to happen. And then the attention is going to get turned on to you, Paul. Like, it's going to get turned on to you. So what do you do? Because, you don't have to roll to do it because you're going to do it. Like, what is the thing you do that's, like, using the team point and adding the +2?
Can I duck out of the way? Do I have time to, like, not be asleep? If they're all paying attention to him, I'm gonna try to separate myself.
I think you can like just like kind of blend into the crowd.
That's what I want to do. I don't want people to roll
for that. I think you're used to like I think you've been in this situation before, and so you definitely know how to do that. So
cool.
what did you do to draw the attention away to help her actually escape?
I pull the last Seagram's bottle out of my back pocket and throw it in their direction. We'll see if I can hit him or not. That's up to this.
Okay.
And yell, hey, there's somebody fucking with people's cars. Y'all, everybody look. And try and get everyone in the parking lot, including the car heads specifically, get their attention drawn onto, I want them looking at these armed guys and sort of pushing in on them. Like, who are these guys? What do you like? Who the fuck are these people? They shouldn't be here.
Okay, so
this is our time.
You are able to draw the attention away, and the way you do that is by throwing a bottle in the car and trying to blame it on someone else. But then everyone goes, "We just fucking saw you throw that fucking bottle, dude. That was you." And the cops, and then the daycare, like the daycare officer's like, "Yeah, you just fucking." Wait a minute. Aren't you that kid selling weed all the time around here?
Can I see a badge?
He goes, yeah, literally, it's right here on my fucking, here's my badge. Right above the giant letters that say daycare, which means I fucking own your ass because I own children. Not in a weird way, everybody.
Guys, this guy says he owns children.
And so I think, and then people start to realize that like the daycare officers are there, and like shit starts to just, like people start freaking out and scattering. Shelby, you are able to like run away, and you have the laptop like clinched like tight to you, and you're trying to escape with it, but because there is a big commotion, you actually get knocked over by somebody, and the laptop gets knocked out of your hand. Ooh. And you're trying to like find it, but in like a comedic way, it keeps stumbling. And
it's getting kicked, and then
you lose track of it. And so you can either try to fully escape and get out of there, or you can risk like running into more agents. But there is definitely pandemonium happening, and Shannon, your character Kim, is able to like blend in with this, and you can kind of decide what you want to do right now.
With my pyrokinesis,
mm-hmm.
Can I tell where the laptop? Like, do I have metal
you
sensing
can.
powers?
So right now, since it's so hectic, you would need to make an unleash your powers roll, which is freak. And then you could try to like locate it that way.
Yeah, because I'm debating on like knocking the van, trying to unleash to knock the van over, which seems very dangerous and maybe too much of an escalation. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to find a laptop using my metal powers.
Okay, let's roll.
Being real sneaky.
Let's roll freak.
Fucking metal.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
It doesn't matter. What is your freak?
1.
So
I get to mark potential.
Okay, so she rolled a 3 and +1, which is 4. And oh man, you guys, this is so fun. You guys like, I was worried you were gonna like just breeze through like the opening ideas that I had. It was gonna be really easy. But what happens is you use your magnetic powers to find a laptop. And you do find it. It comes to you. And then when it comes to you, you see that you have completely wiped the fucking hard drive and everything on it.
Am I next to a trash can?
Sure.
I dump it and run.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Literally at this point, it's just a hunk of plastic and screen because like you just I
wipe my prints and I dump it and run.
Yeah. Great.
You're real good at that.
So that happened.
I have to be good at something.
And I will say this actually. You do not have the full list of everyone's activities, but you did print out the list of names because you did earlier say you.
I was like, because I've.
Yes. So I'm not going to give you. You don't have every content of there, but you do have that master list of kids with like the different markings.
That's
now
fair.
I'm glad we worked Hot Rod Boy for the drag race information, because if it was all going to be on the schedule, that would have made me feel foolish.
Yeah, so you're able to escape. Jerry, what are you doing? Because you're in like you're in the middle. You're like in the eye of the fucking storm because you started it. The car heads are kind of pissed at you for throwing a bottle at the car.
That was my car.
Hey, car's a car, baby. You know, you're not a car head unless you're for all cars. They're like, I give a shit about the rights of people, but a fucking car, that means something.
So I'm in there. Jerry's in there arguing with the daycare dude. Like, what are you doing standing next to my car?
Yeah.
I don't have any. Whatever you guys are. What are you guys here for? What do you fucking do?
He's like, listen, we got reports. We got reports of some nefarious teen action going on. We had to come and break it up, and that's none of your business. And so, listen, I don't have time. Do you know where Luke Williams is? And he pulls out like T-1000 style, like pulls out a picture. He's like, have you seen this boy?
Why does that kid's shirt have any sleeves on it?
I don't know. It looks like his shoulders run hot.
I don't know. I see a lot of people.
I was like, all right, listen. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll let you go, but you gotta promise me if you give, you're gonna give me information on this kid if you find any whereabouts, and he's gonna try. He's trying to use his influence over you. So this is a good example. So you can let's read together. When someone with influence over you tells you who you are or how the world works, accept what they say or reject their influence. So this is kind of like he has influence over you because he's an adult. So you can either just like go with it and tell him, you'll do it, like you'll give him any information that you give, and he'll think that you're beholden to him, or you can try to reject his influence, is where you just roll a flat 2d6 and see what happens. And then
if I want to lie to him, I have to reject his influence.
And then what happens when you reject is on a hit, you successfully hold yourself and tune them out. On a 10 or plus, choose 2 of the following. On a 7 or 9, choose 1. And the list is clear condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift 1 label up and 1 label down, your choice. Or cancel their influence and take +1 forward movement against them. So on a full success, you get to choose 2 of those. On a partial, you get to just choose 1. And on a failure, it's not great for you.
Sure. Well, let's reject that influence, gang.
And this is just a straight roll.
Fuck cops. Let's go.
Hey, you're the delinquent, of course.
That is a 7.
That is a 7. So you can choose 1 from that list.
I am going to choose to attempt to distract him.
So I think you're gonna try to go with cancel their influence and take a +1 moving forward against them.
Yes, and then I will. Are you watching closely him? Which is another delinquent
okay.
power. When I mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll plus superior. On a hit, they are fooled. On a 10, choose 3. 10 plus, choose 3.
Okay, so you're gonna get to do that. So you're gonna roll plus superior and an additional +1 because you were successfully rejected his influence. So go ahead and roll that.
Let's do it. That's boxcars all by itself.
Oh, so
oh, nice. Finally.
I'm gonna let's go with permanently rejected influence of this particular officer.
Yeah, like that guy. I think you use his mind, use some of your manipulation powers, and you're able to really just. So
I absolutely tell him 100% not if Luke is not immediately visible, we're assuming that I tell him that kid is across town heard he was across town at the movies, and I am just gonna pull that off real hard.
Yeah.
So, and I think I confuse him from some time, and we avoid further entanglement. Also, expose a weakness or flaw.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So like you tell him he's at like the multiplex across town. He goes, all right. No, I wouldn't believe you, but honestly, my best friend growing up was a drug dealer, and so you got a real honest face, and just the sound of dime bags and pills jingling in your pocket just makes me feel real safe. Anyways, I'm real scared of spiders. If I ever see one, I will. I don't know why I'm telling you
What's
this.
this guy's name? We got to remember this.
Oh yeah.
Well, sort of a general flaw in the daycare training process.
Yeah, this
or
is
that
Officer
these agents,
Jenkins.
or that these agents perhaps share.
Yeah, Officer Jenkins is like, yeah, by the way, my name's Officer Jenkins. I'm real scared of spiders, so if I ever see one, I will abandon the situation. And then also, daycare officers, they really have to be beholden to protocol, so if you kind of just like figure out a lot of our call signs, you can probably trick us. We're really just all about structure and following the chain of command. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the multiplex and look for this hot shoulder teen. You guys have a great day, and also once again, can I buy a dime bag off of you?
Oh sure, no, this one's on the house, bud.
Okay, great. Yeah. So and like he leaves, and you now have Officer Jenkins loves you. Like he sees a lot of like himself in you. So like I say now, and you guys need to keep track of who you have influence over. But Paul, you now have influence over the daycare officer Jenkins. And so yeah, so he actually gets the rest of the daycare unit to leave. On the word of on a trustworthy drug head.
Delinquent.
Yeah,
I got mind powers.
yeah. So yeah,
and
so-
drugs.
and now the Sonic lot is for the most part cleared out, and yeah. What do you? And then I think like it's getting late, like it's getting to be around like 2 a.m. Y'all some sleepy teens. So what do you guys kind of want to do before
Is the Sonic still open?
No, they definitely once all like the
I could see everybody wanting to kind of wrap
yeah, like
things up when
once
the
like
SWAT
the
team shows up.
pandemonium and stuff started, they're just like, you teens, you can't be drinking slushies all night, that's
Throwing Seagrams.
yeah, throwing Seagrams, I mean, it's one thing to have all these like loose shoulders laying about with all the car heads. But,
And they banned me, but the fry cook loves my shit, so it's fine.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's
Like,
the,
it's
the
like-
manager's like, we
it's-
can't let that guy
like
come
they
back. He
ban
keeps
you
throwing.
as in like just don't come back for like a few days. Like
a
we're
very
gonna forget
informal-
about.
See you
Yeah,
guys next
Ban.
Friday. Bye.
yeah, we're
See you later,
the chill
Jerry.
Sonic, not like the Sonic on the other side of town.
Uptight.
Yeah,
really.
that's the narc Sonic. Yeah.
It's more like Son Narc, am I right?
I'm putting that on the official town map.
Narc Sonic?
Yeah,
Narc
Narc
Son-
Sonic.
Narc
Oh yeah,
Sonic and
I
Cool
don't.
Sonic.
I don't go to Narc
Oh,
Sonic.
no one goes to narc Sonic except unless you're narcs.
Which is how we know
Yeah.
that they're.
So yeah, I think
it's a really
everyone's
good
getting
system.
sleepy. Luke,
So I
Luke
wanna-
definitely has cleared out. Oh, what,
I tell my teammates that I accidentally wiped the laptop, and it's in the trash can if we want to get it.
That's okay,
I'm
Kim. I
sorry.
dropped it. I was.
Oh, so it might have already been.
I don't know. I might have already.
Do we still
Ruined
have?
it.
Do we still have the printouts?
We do.
Well, that's at least something, and we know Luke is going to be at the drag race tomorrow, so we have a plan. Who the fuck were those guys?
That is a great question.
Like, out of game, do we know?
I think
will we be familiar with
you're
daycare?
familiar
Is
with
it-
daycare. You're familiar with daycare. Like I said, like they are like cops for kids, and then
There is got
and there
to be
also
something
is,
else to
but
call those.
there's other like the thing about daycare as a whole. There are like these like street agents that will like respond to calls like this, but they do have like there's like a good side of them. Like there's at risk
Is it like
programs.
Shield?
It's not like
Basically, or
this
what do we do?
this isn't like the big. This is kind of like Kid Shield, but like so they do have like outreach programs for like at risk youth and stuff like that. They have like
Sure, like crime orphans.
crime orphans. They have like sustainability programs and grants be able to help them. But they're the thing like they're trying to help and rehabilitate like troubled youth, but they also are there to enforce laws. There's a lot because, like I said, this is one of like the best school districts in the world. So there's actually like a lot of teens and kids that live in this city. So this is a specialized force for them. And Shannon, your character actually knows a bit more about them because there's a lot of talk that daycare isn't super above board on everything they do. And especially because you can kind of put this together, the person you were hired to protect had a like a daycare official laptop, because that's how they were able to find that like Alex, like Shelby's character Alex, was on it. So you do know, like, you don't know too much about them, but like you know that some of them are shady. Like it's not all great. You know.
Yeah, I definitely tell my teammates something weird is going on.
It's crazy to think a child enforcement agency would have some bad stuff going on.
That never happens.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's getting towards the end of the night. Anything else you guys want to deal?
Do y'all just want to leave the laptop in the garbage and pretend that we never, or do you want to take the busted laptop with us? There are pros and cons to. Is there somewhere we could hide it? I mean, I think it's wiped.
I mean, it's a laptop. We can stuff it under the sofa cushions at my house. It's not a like your brother said there wasn't like a tracker or anything in it. I think that's what he said, right? Like, there were a lot of racial slurs in there.
Said that he wasn't going to leave a trace, and then no one could trace it when it was on his Wi-Fi. But you do realize that it did. They were able to figure out that Alex was using it, so it's not necessarily untraceable. It's just that Brantley's sweet skills made it.
Hey, you think maybe you could take your metal powers and just crunch it up like a little can?
Don't need to unleash to do that.
No, I think you can. I think you can just do it. Like you just.
Just disintegrate it.
Yeah, so you're able to
shred it.
Yeah, so the laptop is completely destroyed. There's no one can get anything off of it.
Yeah,
so.
It's in the Sonic trash can, which they think it's across town. So hopefully they'll just go to the dump and we can just.
All right.
So I give us all a ride home.
Yeah.
Wishing I'd bothered to get a milkshake before I started throwing bottles at cops.
Did you take my fucking car again? Is this the voice I did earlier for your father? Because I don't remember.
Oh my god, yes,
I did. The thing about your mind control powers, it makes me have a different voice sometimes.
Oh my god, I wish Mom hadn't left you.
I'm very confused about who I am on a day-to-day basis because you're my son. I love you, son. Have a great day. Alex, great to see you again.
Good to see you. Have a good night.
This is my friend Kim. She's going to stay in the basement.
I don't have enough capacity to remember my son's more than one friend. So anyways, Alex, great to see you.
I have a terrible relationship with my family.
Kim is very uncomfortable with this weird.
Man, I love your dad.
Yeah. Oh, he loves you. Like
he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He loved you since before the powers. So like he already thought you were a great influence on me.
So at the end, I think we'll kind of gauge from each episode of when we're gonna do this. I think we kind of this is a good one because I also just want to show you guys this mechanic. But at the end of a session, you guys do things called end of session. And like I said, sometimes I think if we leave somewhere and it's more of a cliffhanger, we won't do this. But we'll use our own discretion. So each of you are going to choose one of the three options. You either grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team. So if you grow closer to the team, explain who made you feel welcome, give influence to that character, and clear condition or mark potential. Grow into your own image of yourself is explain how you see yourself and why, shift one label up and another one down. And grow away from the team is explain why you feel detached, take influence away from another character. That's one thing I forgot that I don't know if we did it, didn't we? That doesn't matter. But each of you, when you start, you have an amount of people that you give influence over.
They both have influence over me because I was honest about being a villain.
Yeah.
So y'all already have it.
So this is the thing. So
I care more than I let on. So you guys both have influence.
And then
over me.
Yeah, the beacons. One of the beacons.
Okay.
Defining
what
features.
a bunch of
You
goddamn.
So here's the thing.
influence.
So like I said, write this down to keep track on your character, and then I got some note cards. Note cards here if you want to use.
I'm just gonna write influence all because we all have influence over each.
So you want to keep track of individuals because it comes into play because you can lose it over people. Or take it away. But so what's going to happen is, so all of you have influence over each other right now, which is actually pretty good for a team mechanic. But one of the things that happens is if you get influence over somebody a second time, because normally influence gives you a +1 when trying to roll with that person, trying to do something with them. Or you can use your influence to make it a +2 and you lose your influence, or you can hurt them kind of thing. But if you get influence over someone a second time, you get to shift that person's labels. So say Shannon, if you got influence over Paul again, you don't ask him, what do you want me to shift up and what do you want me to shift down? Like, you tell him, like, your freak's going to go up, your mundane's going to go down because this is how you are. And, like, and it's because, so you're really shaping his image. A lot of this is about the fact you all are teens and still trying to discover yourself. And, like, so, and then that's the thing with shifting labels. Every time it happens, one goes up and one goes down. So right now, like I said, we're doing end of the session and you choose. So whoever wants to go first, choose either grow closer to the team, grow into your own image, or grow away from the team.
I think at this one, I would have grown into my own image of myself, right? Because Gerald went out there, he sort of agitated.
Yeah.
He tried to figure out what was going on and made a big defensive move to try and keep track.
And you definitely got to sell a lot of drugs.
And sold a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
But he's finding that it's actually this sort of champion hero thing is a lot more exciting than that, although it's probably less lucrative. So I am going to shift mundane down.
Okay.
And freak up.
Oh,
actually, no, I'm sorry. Mundane down, savior up.
Oh, okay. Oh. That's interesting for a delinquent. I like that. It's fun. All right, and then what are the two of you gonna pick?
I'm going to. So during the session, Alex definitely felt a little insecure about her powers or lack thereof, and her position in the team. But she kind of really enjoyed the dynamic, and especially in the moment in the car. It was very kind of Kim to comfort her and made her feel a little bit less insecure. So I would give influence to Shannon, but she already has influence over me, so she would be able to move my labels.
She gets to shift your labels, and then also you choose, you can either clear condition or mark potential.
I'm going to mark a potential, and I have marked 5 potentials.
Already leveled up because you did so fucking poorly this game.
Super
I shift
bad.
2. I shift 1 down, 1 up, right?
Correct. Yeah, you choose. You can tell her what you're doing.
I moved freak down and savior up.
Okay, that's great. And like I said, like you don't have to you don't have to ask them like if they're okay with what you did. Like it's you.
I said, how's that after I did it?
Okay.
I already did it.
Yeah, it's you're kind of like just telling her like how you see. Okay, and then Shannon, what are you gonna choose?
Because I don't think anyone necessarily made me feel super welcome. I do feel closer to the team. I think I got real disheartened initially when I was trying to show off my powers, and I got shut down. But I think I'm understanding myself a little bit better in the direction I want to go in.
Okay. So you're gonna grow into your own image.
Yeah, becoming a hero.
Because that makes sense too, guys. This was like your first like real step into like a better direction. Because I think like we talked about earlier, I think your character is always kind of wanted out of this life, and you just didn't know anything else, and like this was finally like your push. Mm-hmm. So what are you gonna shift your labels? So
closer to being a hero. Probably danger down 1. Or actually, no, sorry. Probably I guess with that shift, I should shift danger down 1 and savior up 1. It's more heroic.
Yeah,
in line with that.
Sense.
It doesn't necessarily fit the.
And then Shelby's for you because it's great that we already got to do this. So every time you get 5 potential, you get to mark a new advancement on your advancement track. There's 2. You'll see that there's like 2 kind of sections. The top ones are the advancements that you get at first, and once you unlock 5 of those, you can begin to unlock the advancements on the below. Those are like higher end techniques and stuff like that. So you can choose whenever. Did you already choose it?
I did.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's go ahead and tell everyone what you got.
So I have taken another move from my playbook. Mm-hmm. So when I am dramatically under fire, I roll plus savior instead of plus danger to directly engage a threat.
Oh, that's great for you.
Feeling a lot more confident.
I like that. All right, so that's great. So this was the first episode of Critical Bitcast, everybody. Woo! So normally we're gonna try to keep them a little shorter than this one. We had to do all like the intro stuff. We won't have to do that again, and we'll try to keep all like the housekeeping stuff, like end of session, like kind of fast, because that's not fun.
I was like, oh, what do I want to change?
I
don't know.
Let's all talk about. But yeah, that's what's great about this system. It's really fluid and easy just to kind of like get into the storytelling. There's not like a lot of min-maxing. So does anyone, you guys want to say like where can everyone find you at, or are you just like a troll under a bridge? You don't want anyone to know who you are.
Well, I am on Twitter at Plenty of Alcove, and also at Strucci Movies. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about media.
Okay.
Media theory.
I don't have a public Twitter yet.
Okay, great. I I am on Twitter at Joel W. Ruiz. It's a lot of, I randomly will post stuff on there. I'm not frequent on it. But we do have social media for this podcast, which is all at Critical Bitcast. And we're going to be pushing a lot of shit. Paul, what about you?
I just want to say thank you out there to all the crime orphans and the car heads.
Shout out.
Yeah.
All those
Car
people
heads.
with hot shoulders.
Hot shoulders. I think
This one's
Fuck
for y'all.
daycare.
Yeah.
Fuck daycare.
Fuck daycare.
ADAB.
Critical Bits, issue 0. This is it.
Yeah. Well, everyone, what the fuck did I say this one was called?
Welcome to Heavendale.
Welcome to Heavendale. I wish maybe we should change it to episode 1, Crime Orphan.
Crime orphans.
Maybe I think maybe this arc can be called Crime Orphans. I don't know. Maybe there would be some outro music playing right now, but
Over you as you're talking.
this is I'm Joel Rez,
I'm Shelby.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Paul.
and this has been Critical Bitcast. See y'all whenever we release the next episode.
Go Crime Orphans.